All right, Shalom. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushua, Ba'ashem Rakar Kodash, double honors to apostles of the GMS, and sincere Shalom to the brothers out here pushing his truth and sincerity. And what I have here is a small article basically saying for Sleepy Joe that I'm not going to make it easier for Ukraine to join the NATO, right? And as far as I read the comments, that's pissing off a lot of people. And as far as I'm seeing, primarily those people are the ones that's in the U.S., right? And they saying that we have a messed up government. We got this guy in office, and it doesn't matter who you put in office. You're going to get the same results regardless, right? So it says that he made the statement on Saturday, right? Adding that the country at war with Russia has to meet requirements to be a member. And you have to question, how are they going to meet a requirement while they're at war for this? Especially since they've been giving them weapons and reinforcements and all this other stuff, right? So like they've been giving them money and weapons to support them. And this is what happens. And that's gonna piss off a lot of people over there anyways. So I'm gonna get started on start off with the scripture. This is Jeremiah 50:9. It says, "For lo, I will rise and cause to come up against Babylon an assembly of great nations from the north country, and they shall set themselves in array against her. From thence she shall be taken. The arrow shall be as of a mighty expert man, and none shall return in vain." Right? So let's backtrack. It says, "For lo, I will raise and cause to come up against Babylon, an assembly of great nations," right? And with the moves that this place has been moving with, and has been doing, it's been pissing off a lot of nations right now. You got China that's even bucking up against this place. Russia's definitely tired of this place. Uganda's tired of this place. You got this all sorts, and I wouldn't be surprised if Ukraine becomes tired of this mess, because now they got to meet a particular quota to get some form of protection from all this, to be part of something that's already broken, right? He says they got to meet the same standards, so I'm not going to make it easier. He says, "I think they've done everything related to demonstrating the ability to coordinate militarily, but there's a whole issue of is their system secure? Is it non-corrupt?" So listen to that last part. Is it non-corrupt? The main place that is nothing but corrupt, asking if other countries is not corrupt to be into NATO, which goes to show you that they're saying that this place has to be the most wicked out of all of them, out of every nation to run this world. They have to be the worst, the highest of wickedness, to be able to do all this. And it's correct in a formal way, because guess what? Babylon has the most wickedness in all of the earth, where it pushes the agendas all over the earth, where it's been bullying all these other nations, and then pushing all these different agendas inside their own land, meanwhile making everybody slaves. So for to ask if it's non-corrupt makes sense in a formal way, even though it's asinine as it is. But this is further proof that this place is no good, right? This is Jeremiah 51:7. This is basically a short video. I just wanted to touch into a little bit, just to show you how backwards this place really is. So it says, "Babylon has been a golden cup in the Lord's hand." And that's completely true, because guess what? The Lord set this place up to be the richest among all the earth, because it got all the resources, importing and export. It got all our money. It's got us. the ones who built it, and it's primarily the Lord's people, and they got the earth. Meanwhile, polluting everything they can without anybody having a say, right? It says, to continue on, it says that had made all the earth drunken, right? It says the nations have drunken of her wine, and they have, because like I said, import export, they making money off this, and they making money off of us. We're a commodity to these people, because guess what? They set up stores. We go in and buy stuff. We go into Esau got jobs. We go in there to work, and we stuck in the same level or same day we started. And it says, therefore the nations are mad. Why would they be mad? You had to be questioning it, right? Why would they be mad if they making all this money from import export? Well, to answer that, you got this place bullying them to make business with them, to make them accept their agendas, to make them submit ultimately unto them, because that's the whole point of the NWO. And so these other countries are not having it, because they was like, we're fed up. Now it's our turn to be the next big one. We got the missiles, we got the bigger missiles. Y'all had the armies, but guess what? Y'all may have missiles, but we got bigger missiles. And that's why it's they constantly testing. That's why even America's trying to constantly keep up. And Esau knows that all his work is in vain. So for them, whether they make more people in more nations in NATO or not, doesn't matter, because it's just a broken promise, just like all the rest of the things Esau's done. Because guess what? Russia was part of NATO, and guess what happened to them? They out of it. But guess what? They was like, screw your money. We got our own shit, and we got our own missiles, bigger and better. We've been a step ahead every time. China's backing out of the dollar, and so on and so forth. So you're gonna have a whole, as Jeremiah 50 has said, the Lord's gathering all the nations to come up against this place to destroy it ultimately. So that's all I have going into that. So Lord willing, this is edifying. With that, shalom.